Thank you for tuning in to the NSUSpartans.com football coaches show for the week of November the 1st. As always, Matt Mahalik here, joined by Spartan head football coach Pete Adrian. How are you doing this morning, Coach?
Okay, Matt.
I know the last couple weeks we talked, your team was on the losing end of a couple really close ball games to Florida A&M and, of course, to Hampton, but you're able to flip the script this past Saturday and come up with a hard-fought 10-9 victory of your own over Howard. Tell us a little bit about that game, how it unfolded, and what it was like to get that win.
Well, we knew they were going to play their best game because they always do on homecoming. And, it started out where we kind of got them fired up a little bit with the turnover and onside kick and things like that. But defense went out and played very strong and really had a great game, holding them to 78 yards total offense. And I was very pleased with the way they played with that. And anytime you can go up and win on the road, it's always a good win, and particularly when you're on a 4-game losing streak. And losing the tight games, it was good to see the kids step up and win a game when we had to do it like that and make some big plays.
Certainly, and of course a lot of big plays made by your defense, which you mentioned, only 78 yards of offense they gave up. What was the key for them to be so successful and put up that small a number?
Well, the kids really executed the game plan very well. It was an option team, so it kind of limited what they could do. And we were able to take away their fullback and their inside game, and then when they had to try to throw the football, they obviously had some problems doing that. So it really worked out just like you drew it up, so to speak. But our kids played with great effort and really played pretty much for the most part mistake-free. We had a couple pass interference calls caught on us, but that's going to happen. But as far as assignment was, we really didn't miss any assignments, which was really key.
Right. Now, how important was it early in the game? You mentioned the onside kick, Howard recovered that, as well as a couple turnovers by the Spartan offense, and yet Howard could only come away with 7 points. How big was that to see your defense kind of keep you still within shouting distance there?
Well, it was huge, and the kids knew that, we matched up very, very well with them, and they knew that we had better speed than what they had, and it was just a question of us not making a mistake, and again, I don't know whether or not they would have scored without the pass interference on the end zone like that, but they did, and they got in on 4th down. They made a nice call. They had 4th down on about a foot, and you either got to take the inside away or the outside away, and so we took the inside away and they went outside. But the kids didn't get down and responded. The offense came right back and scored, and it got us even in the ball game. And then of course once we got up, kids played pretty well. I would have liked to have seen us score in the 4th quarter. We dropped a touchdown in the end zone wide open, and of course 4th and 1, you got to make that football play, and we didn't do it. So the defense didn't complain. They went out and won the football game.
Now, looking at some of the standouts from the game, there were a lot of them, and especially on defense, you were led by your junior nose guard Josh Turner with 10 tackles. As you said, took away the inside running game all day.
Yeah, I mean, no one, including Rectors, has been able to handle him consistently. And he's by far the best nose guard in this league, and I've said repeatedly, one of the best in 1AA. I haven't seen a better one than him. He plays with so much smartness, and he's quickness, and he's tough. He's everything that you want in a nose guard, and extremely strong and compact. At 6 foot and about 300 pounds, and he has a motor, and that's the key of it. But the defensive line played very well up front. Our ends played really well on the outside, and the inside guys played well. And that's, of course, when you only give up 78 yards, you didn't have anybody really play bad.
Sure. Now, speaking of Josh Turner, we had a chance to sit down and talk with Josh a little bit about his performance and the big win over Howard. All right. Continuing on with the NSUSpartans.com football coaches show for the week of November 1st. We're here with junior nose guard Josh Turner. And Josh, big 10-9 victory over Howard. Defense came up with a tremendous performance, only 78 yards that Howard was able to gain. What was the key for you guys able to shut down their offense?
Really, throughout the practice of the week, they told us to control that dive. That's one of the main plays, controlling the dive and preventing them from getting outside on those tosses really helped us most of the game.
Now, looking at your performance in particular, you led the team with 10 tackles, which is pretty rare for nose guard, especially with you guys used to seeing all the spread offenses. I guess, was this a game that you were really looking forward to, knowing that they were going to come at you with a different kind of approach?
Yeah, I was really looking forward to it because I know I had a lot more opportunities to make plays and help the team. So that was one of the games I was looking forward to this season, and trying to spoil their homecoming.
Yeah, and you certainly capitalized on that. In general, describe for folks out there what your role is as the nose guard, the kind of centerpiece of that 3-4 defense.
Really just to control the front line. Don't let the guard center scrape off to the linebackers, because that prevents them from making their plays, and that'll hurt their defense more than anything.
Right, now looking ahead to Morgan State this Saturday, another tough team that's played the Spartans very close over the years. What are you looking for out of Morgan State's offense from your perspective this Saturday?
Really the same thing as last year, a lot of inside, outside zone. A lot of try to get deep passes, maybe a couple trick plays to get us off balance. But I expect a good game, a really hard-fought game this weekend.
All right, there you have it from junior nose guard Josh Turner, a big reason why the Spartans came up with a 10-9 victory over Howard on Saturday. Now let's hear more from Coach Adrian. Again, that's Josh Turner after a big performance in the victory over Howard. Coach, looking at the offensive side of the ball, a couple early turnovers, but the offense started to move the ball as the game progressed, and you got another big game out of sophomore receiver Reggie Garrett.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, as you probably saw, we spread a little more with a little quicker pace, and it's something that we only had 3 or 4 practices on, so hopefully that will continue to improve. Again, our kids played hard. We still dropped some passes that we just can't drop. Makes a big difference, but we got it done, and that's the bottom line, and that's the thing I'm happy about.
All right, now looking ahead to your next opponent, you're back at home this week, actually for the next 2 weeks, but that kicks off this Saturday with a tough Morgan State team at 1 o'clock. A team that you've been able to beat 3 years in a row, yet the games are always very hard fought, always come down to the fourth quarter. What are you expecting out of Morgan State this Saturday?
Well, I have to say it's going to probably come down to the fourth quarter again. I mean, we've been fortunate to beat them 4 out of the five years we played, but every game has come down to basically late in the fourth quarter, and they're the same type team. They're a big offensive line. They've got 4 excellent running backs. The transfer from Rutgers is playing very well. They've got good speed. They got some big receivers at 6'5" and 6'3", and they've had some trouble. They've scored some points, but they've had trouble maintaining drives and things of that nature. And defensively, they're okay. We've got to play, I think, better on the offensive side of the ball. And again, we're going to try to put some more points up. What we're going to do, but I feel pretty good that it should be a pretty even matchup, and hopefully we can win the battle of the kicking game, and away we go.
All right, Coach. Well, we wish you good luck this Saturday. We hope to see the Spartan faithful out this Saturday at 1 p.m. as Norfolk State hosts Morgan State. The game is Community Day, and for more information on Spartan football, visit our website, nsuspartans.com.